CIO News. I'm Khushbu Soni, your host for the broadcast and a contributing editor at CIO News. This is a recorded session and will be available on our website, which is cionews.co.in, and our CIO News LinkedIn handle. This is an exclusive fireside chat powered by Avaya on transformation through customer experience. Businesses are built by the experience they provide, and every day millions of those experiences are delivered by Avaya. And Avaya is shaping what's next for the future of work with innovation and partnership that deliver game-changing business benefits. I'm excited to invite our guest for today. He's Mr. Sunil Soni, Chief General Manager for Customer Acquisition at Punjab National Bank. Sunil has rich experience of more than 11 years working with Punjab National Bank. Sunil has led several digital transformation initiatives and has worked as a Chief Information Officer in the past for Punjab National Bank. He's led initiatives such as banking technology design, development, implementation of core banking applications. He's led information security assessment and augmentation in view of latest guidelines of regulator. So he's led several financial inclusion technology solutions, design, development, implementation, and management. Welcome, Sunil. It's an absolute pleasure to have you.
Good afternoon, and I'm excited to be here.
Great. Along with me, I have Saurabh Lakhanpal. Once again, he's a domain specialist across Avaya Customer Experience Solutions and a moderator for the session. He's an avid EX advocate and has 12 years of experience in providing contact center workforce optimization solutions. Saurabh has worked in roles like pre-sales, solution consulting, and sales specialist across leading global organizations. Welcome, Saurabh.
Thanks, Khushbu, and welcome, Mr. Sunil. We'll start the session with a topic that's very close to my heart, and from the Avaya perspective as well, we help make experiences memorable. And when we talk about experiences, customer experience is something that basically makes brands a differentiating brand from other brands as well, right? So how do you see CX in your environment as a PNB, Chief General Manager, and how are you managing the customer experience? While managing, are you leveraging any of the digital channels as well to do that?
Now, while you've written a question which is very close to my heart. Apologies for this. So while you're written a question which is very close to my heart, now essentially what happens is that in case if we want to be successful as a bank, integration of technology would only mean when it is rectified and used by the customers successfully. Now, this is a very generic statement, and in case if you have to really go through this and see through this, essentially you'll have to look at whether the customers are reaping good benefits of the technology which has been implemented. That surely is nothing but a benchmark with regard to your customer experience. And while you're looking at customer experience, it becomes very, very eminent for any of the bank to measure that. And there could be various different yardsticks for any bank to do this particular activity. However, the benchmark for doing this particular activity would be on 3-4 vectors. One could be whether the adoption is increasing over a period of time. In case if it does so, it gives you an indication that yes, people are adapting to your new kind of solutions or direction which has been accorded to them. Second is with regard to the turnaround time of any activity that is being looked into through that app. So it is the convenience that a customer would be looking into through those apps or through those solutions which are being offered. Whether those solutions are meeting their requirements, and also are resulting into successful relationship, by adhering to the least possible time which is which is taken by these applications. Third is with regard to the the conversion rate generally that is being looked into. So the analytics, essentially allows us to wade through hordes of data and eventually let us know whether the benchmarks which we have created for ourselves can we improve them further, or is it that we have to do something with regard to the app or to the process. So these are few typical benchmarks, that would be required for the assessment of any application or any solution that is being provided to the customers.
Right. And while doing so, there are different channels of choice for customers nowadays. And with pandemic coming in, the influx of the interactions through voice channel has decreased, while other channels, like social media, or you can say digital channels, even the WhatsApp use has increased for businesses, right? So how do you see that happening with the customers of PNB bank, and do you have already implemented such solutions in place?
While the pandemic has been a pain, it has also been a boon for those, for accelerating the digitization of the products, of the services. Now, second aspect is, looking into this element of, digital offering. Essentially, the customer behavior has been influenced by the pandemic. More so, the inadequacy for them or the incapability of them for accessing or reaching out to the branch, or for the people not to be in adequate numbers to service them due to COVID. So this particular thing has actually enhanced the adoption. Now, while you're looking at adoption, so earlier adoption was primarily, as you rightly pointed out, was only majorly on the call center. That was the only given mantra, that you have to call a set number. Essentially, you have to go through the normal procedures of seeing yourself through these activities, and then eventually look into the kind of solution that you're looking at. However, today, by the adoption of digital media for providing the solution, or spreading it across to various different social media platforms, the turnaround time or the reaction is immediate. So the adoption, since the fruits are seen immediately, so the adoption also is a little better. Second aspect is that any and every organization would try to look into the kind of the social image that the company is going to bring about. So these channels, as you rightly pointed out, some of them have been effectively fructified by the bank to reach out to the customer, whether it is for the purpose of providing them with the information, or with the purpose of providing them with solution of their problems, or for percolating any kind of communication from the organization. So it has actually become a two-way mechanism rather than being only one way. So that's the change that I'm looking at as of today.
All right. And so there is a growth in technology, and with years coming in now, that technology is also matured enough as well. I'm talking about cloud per se, right? So when we talk about cloud, and I have had discussions with multiple customers in BFSI industry. The first thing that comes up when we talk about cloud is the security concerns that the InfoSec teams or the security teams within the BFSI industry have. How do you see that coming in while utilizing the cloud? Do you think the cloud technology today has overcome those security concerns, or how do you see it?
My answer would be yes and no both. Why yes and why no, I'll explain. The reason is that the cloud has been the word and the pain area for my information security officers so far. Now, looking from a business perspective, since I have seen both the sides, so I can tell you, as a technologist, I was eager to provide. From a security perspective, it was a bane, and from a perspective of business today, as being a leader here, it becomes all the more necessary for me to abide and adopt that. But on a generic basis, let me just give you one more view on that. The view is that Definitely, it is going to be of help for the organization to look into the cloud as being a solution. However, what makes a difference is that what all services today can be given to the cloud. Even today, the bankers would surely and are kind of uh, are worried about the kind of information that is put on the cloud and what happens to the security of information, because bankers being fiduciary to the information cannot actually allow any amount, any iota of data being leaked outside in the industry. So that is the major and the prime most moment. However, over a period of time, if you see, gradually and slowly, most of the organizations have started realizing the potential of cloud and have started, moving the non, uh, uh, I would say non-critical data or non-critical services on the cloud. And today, with that, the kind of ability that has emerged over a period of time, and the ability that the cloud provides you with regard to expansion on the fly, or the services that can be deployed much against the normal issues with regard to procurement that the public sector banks would face. So that becomes a good ground for somebody to venture in. However, still, since the adoption is slow from a perspective, though gradual, over a period of time, you would see the fruits reaping in. That's what my view is, which is a personal view to be expressed with regard to the question that you've asked.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Sunil. And the next question is around the customer journey, right? As we discussed earlier as well in the earlier questions, the earlier the channel of choice for people was a contact center or a call center, where you would publish a number and people will call up, get their queries answered, and be on it. Right. But nowadays, with adoption of multiple different channels, with customers coming onto your website and then reaching out to you maybe on through call, through a voice call, or through a video call maybe, or through other chat channels as well. So how important do you think a customer journey across all these channels is from a serving agent perspective, or with the use of analytics and AI, are you using anything when it comes to the customer journey, planning or mapping, etc.?
While you're looking at analyzing the information or data with regard to the services that are going to be or are being provided to the customers, yes, bank is at it, right? And we do make a whole lot of analysis on the data and eventually bring about the product, the services, either for generically for the entire segment or a segmented approach which is required to be adopted, or essentially in case if it is for a specific time segment or geography, those changes have happened due to the data analytics as of today. While you're looking at the experience and across platforms, the ability of the bank is to see and provide a uniform customer experience across platforms. However, some bit of work is still expected to be done on that, but we're striving to see that the customer experience remains consistent across various different platforms.
Right. My last question, Mr. Sunil, and it's around the COVID situation. We all are facing the pandemic, and we are all in that. From a private organization's perspective or other industries, they can move the work to home as well for their employees. But most of the banks, or almost all of the banks' employees, were going to the banks, during the pandemic days as well. So maybe if we leave the field staff or the front customer facing staff, but from PNB perspective or a banking industry perspective specifically, were people working from home as well, if we talk about the back office people? And if you move the work to home as well, were there any data and information security concerns coming up from that?
You see, while the COVID hit us somewhere in the month of March or April 2020, essentially, frankly speaking, banks or maybe most of the organizations were not prepared or such kind of a situation for such a long period. However, we were still accustomed to allowing people to work from home, but not in codes or bigger segments. Second aspect is looking into the banks. There are two types of services that the bankers are providing. One, which is directly connected with the customers. So that essentially has to happen and happen only either in the premise or at the premise of the customer. However, due to COVID, the issue was that we were unable to actually see through this for the simple reason that the personal contacts were not allowed at that time. Right. So in case if somebody had to work, he was expected to be here coming to the branch. Third segment of the work, as you rightly said, is that some work which was expected to be or could have been done from home. So whether it is those who are working for technology, whether it was those who were working on providing the customer service from a perspective of back-end office, or those who were providing only the telecalling kind of a facility. So these were the persons who were actually working from home. Now, the most critical part was what is to be informed to these guys to work at or work through, whether that data is kind of contained, sanitized, or it is controlled and nothing goes out of the periphery, nothing goes out of the control of the bank, though the peripheries were breached at that point of time. So we had our own kind of structures, and made use of the VPNs, also strengthened that with the security, and also looked into the kind of controls which were required. So we had to re-evolve almost everything possible. Now, having done all that, eventually, we came to a rationalized methodology very fast, and that methodology was from a perspective of, from providing the kind of services and providing the kind of activities which were required by the customers from all these locations. But heart of hearts, the services which are expected or availed to be availed by the customers in person, they had to come to the bank, and also similarly the bank officials had to be here in the bank. So we forked it out, and we ensured that the compliances with regard to the government were in place, and we had also ensured that the number of people who were required bare minimum were always already available in the branches, and we were available to to the customers as per their requirements, even reaching out to their homes.
Thank you for such insightful details, Mr. Sunil. That was my last question. Over to you, Vibhu.
Great. Thank you so much. Wonderful insights, Mr. Soni. Thank you so much for joining us today and giving all your insight for our viewers. Thank you, Saurabh, for moderating.
I think pleasure was mine, and I've also enjoyed the interaction with Saurabh.
Great. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.